wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. I'm tired of shit.
Hello my fellow Isekai lovers, welcome back to my channel. Today, I have returned with more Isekai Slow Life content. This video will be more of a guide video about the village earning ranking rush. But before we officially start the video, I want to thank my wise mod and calculation expert named Borg for helping me come up with a base plan and strategy. Without his help, this video might not have been possible. Now, without any further ado, let's get right onto the main topic of the video, which is how to win village earning ranking rush. One thing that I want to do before I start talking about tips and tricks is clarify how this ranking rush works. So, this event counts your earning increase from your record high earnings, which means it starts counting from the highest earning you have ever achieved. Thus, doing things such as removing all fellows from buildings or removing artifacts from your fellows would not help you in any way if you decide to do this like few hours before the ranking rush starts. Try to imagine it like this. Your max earning ever is, let's just say, 150 million, and then you take off some stuffs to lower your total earning to 100 million. And then after the ranking rush started, you decide to put those stuffs back and return your earning to 150 million. That would mean that in the ranking rush, your score would be a 0. But if your earning goes over 150 mil, for example to 200 million, which in this case is 50 million over your max earning ever, then you will get 50 million as your score in this ranking rush. Anyways, time to jump straight to the tips and tricks. Let us start with stage and buildings. Builds earning can be a vital part to your success in this ranking rush. I would honestly suggest for you to unequip all your fellows from the buildings as soon as the village earning ranking rush ends. This is to properly prepare for the next village earning. Meanwhile, during the waiting period between one village earning to another, I recommend auto running through stages so that you can unlock a new building after the village ranking rush starts. Getting a new building and leveling it up after assigning fellows can give a decent boost to earning. Although keep in mind to not level up a building over 5 or 6, and to not recruit more than 800 workers per building unless it's extremely cheap. Okay, now let's talk about family. You can get tons of earning from here. One of the most obvious ways of increasing your earning is by increasing the operation skills. Save all those thingies that can be used to increase operation skills for village earnings and increase the operation skills during this ranking rush. Latency is also useful, but it eats up resources really fast. Thus I would only recommend using it until it's blue, as in until it has 50% or more chances of success. Final advice for this section would be to save Succubus Tonic for your dates and to use blessing powers that you will get to level up your fellow blessings and advanced blessings. Time to talk about the inn, as it can help increase earning as well. My suggestion is to save up inn pamphlets and use them during the village earning. Although I must say that the increase of earning from inn isn't that impressive at all. To be more exact, it is more disappointing than anything. But I would also say that something is better than nothing. Anyways, let us talk about pupil earnings now. This is very dependent on the tier of the graduates, I guess. I would say that this is like a higher mid tier in terms of helpfulness. Cause if you have like an A tier or higher and you find someone willing to trade, you can easily squeeze out a few millions or more. Maybe even tens of millions if you decide to sacrifice the actual pupil earnings. I do not recommend sacrificing the actual pupil earning ranking rush unless you are really close to winning this ranking rush or you just want to add some mils to your score to properly secure your first rank in village earnings. Well, I should move on to the next one now. But, so farmstead can help increase earnings, but to be honest, I don't even want to talk about it as farm barely increases earning. So do it if you have spare, but no need to stress over it I guess. I guess it's time to talk about fellow and artifacts. In my personal opinion, leveling fellows and artifacts can give a huge amount to earning boost, although there's a small trick to it. According to my and Borg's calculations, it is much better to focus and increase the aptitude of a single fellow compared to spreading it around between multiple fellows. Now to answer the question for those who are curious, the question of how to increase the aptitude of a fellow, I must say that there are multiple ways to increase aptitude. The first way to directly increase the aptitude of a fellow is by tapping and increasing the aptitude using the aptitude button. Another fast way to increase the aptitude of a fellow is by leveling up their artifacts. I would usually recommend putting an apple or a crown on your strongest fellow and leveling it up to as high as possible. If you're wondering which fellow are you going to make your main fellow, I would say just make sure that the fellow you make are at least SSR or UR. Some of the best SSR fellows to make your main would be fellows like Kaya, Stephanie and Nip. But in the end, it's up to you. Anyways, back to the topic. Another way to increase your earning using fellow is by leveling up their operation skill. You can spread this around if you want, but it is preferred if you level up the operation skill of a single fellow and deploy that fellow in the head office inside the guild. This way, not only you, but your guildmates as well can enjoy an earning bonus. By the way, before I forget to mention, the fellow whose operation skill you're going to level up doesn't necessarily have to be the same fellow whose aptitude you're going to level up. So what I'm saying is you can focus on 2 different fellows or a single fellow. It is all up to you. Couple of things that I want to clear up. If you really want to win the village earning ranking rush, it is preferred and recommended to skip the fellow power ranking rush. The reason it's like this is because, like I mentioned earlier, fellows and their artifacts can give a huge amount of earning boost to your account. Now, obviously there are some pros and cons of skipping fellow power ranking rush, but that can become a whole new and different video of itself. So do let me know in the comment section below if you guys are interested in that topic. Okay, to recap about everything that we have talked about in this video, one of the best optimal strategies to get a high score and possibly a win in village earning ranking rush is to tank or lower your total earning right after the village earning ranking rush to prepare for the next one. Another optimal strategy is to not participate in the fellow power ranking rush so that you can use those items during the village earning ranking rush. Because, allow me to repeat it one more time, fellows and their artifacts can give a huge amount of earning boost during the ranking rush. Anyways, one more thing that you should do to prepare for this ranking rush is progress in stage so that you can unlock buildings. But do not unlock the buildings until the village earning starts. And as mentioned, village earning can also be increased via family, pupil earning, and in pamphlets. As for farmstead, do not bother with it. If you have enough, you have enough. If you don't have enough, then you don't have enough. That being said and done, I want to thank all of you for watching my video, as well as I want to thank Borg for being such an amazing sport and helping me with this topic. By the way, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my content. And feel free to share your tips and tricks of how you would recommend winning the village earning ranking rush. Thanks once again for everything. Take care, adios, stay foxy, bye!